The caste entered their DNA. They can settle in other nations, but they love this caste so much because they love the discrimination. For example, 87% OBCs, they perpetrate atrocities upon scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. They react whenever some atrocities upon them. They do not want to tolerate the hierarchy. Some selfish people are there who want to protect reservation, but they also want to protect caste also. The intention was to safeguard the Varna Vyavastha, gender discrimination, his education policy, to espouse the weaker sections also. Now the war of ideology is obsolete. People did not give up their caste. Wherever they went, the caste entered their DNA and that proliferated wherever they lived. They can convert into other religions, they can settle in other nations, but they love this caste so much because they love the discrimination to that extent where this discrimination is favorable to them. They love favorable discrimination. And whenever this is disfavorable, for example, 87% OBCs, they perpetrate atrocities upon scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. But they react. They react whenever some atrocities upon them. They do not want to tolerate the hierarchy where they are affected. They want to maintain that Varna Vyavastha caste system where their interests are well saved. They did not welcome Buddha, they did not welcome Ambedkar, they did not welcome the Constitution. But when their interests are affected, they move towards Ambedkar, they move towards Buddha, they move towards reservation also. So the institution of caste could not be destroyed. The edifice of caste is very strong. It works even in the hearts of those people who are themselves untouchables. They also practice untouchability and discrimination. Some of untouchables who are drunkards, when they enter in evening in their houses, they pronounce that I am male and you are female and you are destined to bear with me. This is their claim. So this kind of influence and effect of caste is certainly very, very destructive. It has to be understood, and the entire education is required. Today, the Constitution of India, it is being liked by more and more people. They want to protect reservation. Some selfish people are there who want to protect reservation, but they also want to protect caste also. They want to protect democracy, but they want to protect their sub-caste also. They are starting their armies after the names of their sub-caste. Sena, Pasi Sena, Valmiki Sena. This is not Ambedkarist. This is not Buddhist approach. This is not good for the health of democracy. This cannot empower you. Empowerment can be achieved only by correct and modern education. But they ensured that the illiterate should remain illiterate and the literate and their next generation should become literate. This kind of difference is there between the intentions of a foreigner and the conductors of education of India. When you are building your own institution, you must be first to introduce European and Western education. Nowadays, STEM education is the need of the hour. STEM education means science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I add two more points, English and law. Because the backward societies need these topics, these subjects very much. They are deprived of their rights, and English and legal education will empower them to a great extent. Regarding village concept, I would like to start with Al-Biruni. He came during 11th and 10th century in India, and he analyzed that the Indians, especially the people who are educated, that these Indians think that there is no king like theirs. There is no priest like theirs. There is no philosopher like theirs. There is no religion like theirs. There is no science like theirs. They are so much egoist. They do not want to learn from abroad. They do not want to teach anyone from outside. What was the intention? The intention was to safeguard the Varna Vyavastha, gender discrimination, his education policy, to espouse the weaker sections also. He taught and he welcomed even a Swachkar, a scavenger, in his Sangha, in his order. He did not discriminate in his order whether it was a Brahmin, Kshatriya, only the seniority mattered. And what was the target? What was the aim of Buddhist education? Its target was enhancing your wisdom through meditation and discipline. These three basic and very sacred aims were there, but the institution of caste crippled every good thing in this country, whether it was Buddhist, Jainism, and other reformative. First thing I would like to clear about this English language and European education system. Thereafter I will try to talk and discuss upon other points. Lord Macaulay was a foreigner. He spoke in House of Commons. It was about 1834 or 35 that we are going to introduce European education system and English language to India. And it might happen that people from our subject may demand in future European institutions like Parliament, Supreme Court, local self-government, etc., etc. I don't know that whether this day would come or not. But one thing is clear. Whenever that day comes, that would be the proudest day for the English people. This was the great and sacred intention of a foreigner. And the intention of the contractors of this country, what they thought about education in ancient and medieval and even in modern period, they think that the best of English, best of European education, best of Western topics must be taught through private sector to their children only. And the commoners should learn only their regional languages. Even a single representative of India did not demand English medium introduction in rural area schools. This is a great surprise. Everyone knows about the uses of this language, the magic of this language. The contractors of education thought that no one should get the knowledge of their scriptures. And even if any of them goes abroad, he must be boycotted. Nowadays, peace education is being studied, is taught in all universities. Peace education. Peace education means that our generation should know how to adjust with the dissent, with others. If our generation does not know how to adjust with the others, with other cultures, with other countries, certainly it may be a boomerang. Thomas Huntington wrote a book in 1993, The Clash of Civilization. He told that now the war of ideology is obsolete. Now the war of civilizations will start between religions. Only the Buddhism has the potential to do away with that kind of situation. So the peace education is required because that has the potential of conflict resolution. Its purpose is to tell the people either you choose Buddha or you choose Yuddha. The solution lies in Buddhism and peace education. Western educationists like John Dewey, who was respected by Baba Saheb Ambedkar as his great teacher, he propounded pragmatism. You are running an educational institution, you must know about pragmatic approach of the education. Pragmatic approach is to transform the education, whatever you have achieved, into practice. You have become PhD, you have become DLA, you have become IS, IPS, whatever status you have got. But through that achievement in education or in your personality, if you do not apply in practice and you do not use it for social change, it is of no use. When Lord Buddha got enlightenment, he also had that I should go to the woods, I should go to loneliness. But he again thought that whatever I have got, it must be distributed to the masses for the welfare. Bahujan hitay, Bahujan sukhay. So the real propounder of pragmatic education was Lord Buddha. We have that kind of legacy. So we must be proud of that legacy. And we should enhance it, increase it. We should join it. That will enable us to be permanently empowered. Nowadays, what is the status of Freedom Index of India? Happiness Index of India? It is below 100 number. Yuval Noah Harari, a great authority of history, he tells that happiness is reality minus expectations. So this is really a great achievement. Only those people who are Ambedkarites, whether they are judges, whether they are officers or they are politicians, they have the potential and capacity to say their claims, to demand their claims, to express their thoughts, to tender their demands. Otherwise, the people who surrender themselves, their personality, to the people who are in power, whether it is social, political, economic, anywhere, they are of no use. It means they are not well educated. They are not ready. They cannot pay back to society. Most of the people who have joined services or any job, if you are income tax payer, you are because of reservation benefits, whether you are in private sector or anywhere, because you got education, and if you entered any school, it was possible only because of your constitutional protection. Otherwise, nobody would have allowed you to enter the educational institution. So if you have got the benefit of reservation, you must do pay back to society. And the people who are real commoners, they must feel a sense of sharing power gathering. So many students are there, they will join services as doctors, teachers, professors. I would like to address them also, that wherever you go, if you do not become ready for paying back to society, your next generation will suffer.
नेशनल दस्तक की आपसे गुजारिश है कि अगर इसको बचाना चाहते हैं तो नेशनल दस्तक को सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए रेड कलर के सब्सक्राइब बटन को दबाएं, फिर बेल आइकन की घंटी दबाएं। नेशनल दस्तक को बचाने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हर खबर को शेयर करें, लाइक करें, कमेंट जरूर करें।